Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's a minute after 7. I've got about an hour and 29 minutes before I'll be at work. And it doesn't take me long to get there, especially on bike. And that depends, of course, on the traffic and all that. Um, but I want to take this time while I'm just, waiting, just relaxing a little bit and, just biding my time a little bit. I want to talk about something. Now, for somebody like me that doesn't really watch the show that much, kind of like how I don't watch the new Nickelodeon TMNT show, I do kind of keep updated with what's going on with this show through the internet and, what people say about certain episodes and what's to come and this and that and all that. And the show I'm talking about is, well, for short, it's known as MLP FIM. And in case you don't know what that is, it's basically My Little Pony Friendship and Magic, which surprisingly has, surprised a lot of people since it debuted like I don't know how long it's been now, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Has it been almost? Because it's going in its fifth season. So I would guess debuted about 4.5 years ago, if not shorter than that. I can't really remember. I think it was 2011 maybe. I can't really remember. But it's become such a huge hit that it's become a cult phenomenon that has crisscrossed all different genders and ages. I mean, you're talking about people my age, a little younger, that are into the show, that are into the characters. Now, I will admit I do like some of the characters. I'm not going to deny that. I do like some of the characters. And I have seen clips of some of the episodes, and I have to admit some of the episodes do look good. I mean, I do like some of the concepts they come up with certain episodes. Like when they do holiday episodes, that they're doing an episode based on, let's say, Halloween or Christmas or Valentine's Day, but they're doing it in a way that, even though they're doing it in a way that it's called something different in their show, but it's basically their version of that holiday. So, that's kind of cool, if you will, to notice. That's kind of cool to see. Now, there have been a lot of things that this show has done. Some things fans would say might be fan serviced as well at times. Like sometimes a fan's character might show up in a cameo or as an extra in the series. There's like a background extra and it just surprises people. But there is one thing that fans have been wanting to see officially happen. Now we've seen them together. We've seen this girl give this guy kisses on the cheeks and hugs and be very protective of him. And of course I'm talking about Rarity and Spike. But yet, except for maybe, what was it? The episode, what was it, the second or third season? I can't remember, even though I pay attention through the internet. I can't remember what season it was, but basically you have Spike's birthday. It's basically based around Spike's birthday, and he's going through a phase because he's going through a certain phase that causes him to grow into this big full dragon. And it's towards the end, after he's restored and I guess kind of gets reminded of who he is by Rarity of all people. Spike tries to tell her how he feels and she just, hushes him with a hoof like she already knows. But yet, even though she knows, and she's kissed him about once or a few times, I don't know how many times in the show, but probably not as many as people would hope for. Despite all that, the kisses, the hints and all that, the togetherness, there's nothing officially been done. Now, like I said, I don't watch the show. So like I said, I don't know how many times Rarity has kissed Spike. I don't know how many times she's hung out with Spike a lot. I don't know. But I do know this, that if you're going to tease or you're going to hint at these two getting together, or the possibility of these two getting together as an official couple in this show, then if I'm the creators, I make it happen. I make it happen. I make it official. I dedicate an episode, maybe a two-parter, doesn't matter, and I make this officially happen. There have been shows, animated and live action, where this kind of stuff has happened, where the hints have been there, where you know they got to end up together, but yet the creators, the writers, they hold off and they hold off until I was just adjusting the mic there. Hold on. Until they feel the time is right. And let me just say this: if this fifth season, the fifth season, if I'm correct, fourth season, whatever it is, for MLPFIM, if this is just the first of many more to come, or maybe a few more to come, then if you're going to be at a halfway point of many more seasons to come, or a few more seasons to come, then you need to make, the couple of Spike and Rarity a reality. You need to make it a reality. I'll tell you this: if I was to tune into an episode, and let's say it's centered around Spike and Rarity, and maybe hinted at the fact that they're closer to being official, I'll say it right now, I'll probably sit down and watch it just to check it out. I would sit down and I would watch it just to see what it's about. And to me, that's what these creators have to do. They need to make what they're going to do with these two official. You need to do it. You need to make it happen. Now, you might say, well, Brian, when they do the... you might say, well, Brian, B.W. Rosas, when they do the Equestria... I can't even pronounce the name right now. What is it? Equestria Girls. When they do the Equestria Girls movies, they kind of play off that relationship, but it's more like, Spike becomes like a pet dog of a pet puppy of the human Rarity there. And that's true, she does. That's true, he does, but here's the thing, that's not how it's showcased in their world, in their dimension. And to me, in all honesty, it needs to happen. Now, who's to say, I haven't seen the trailer yet for this, because I don't know if the movie's out or not. I haven't seen the trailer yet. But I will say this, if all the main pony characters end up going to the real world this time, not just Twilight, but all of them, okay, if they all end up going back and Spike goes with them, who's to say Spike this time won't be human? Who's to say he won't be? I'm not saying he will be. He'll probably be a dog again, or a puppy dog again, but who's to say he won't be human? See, we don't know that yet. You see, the thing is, to me, if you're going to build up to this, you're going to hint at this for the past few seasons and probably going forward, then you need to make it official. If you're a creator of a show, you need to make the Rarity-Spike relationship official. You need to make them somehow boyfriend and girlfriend and be done with it. You can't just keep teasing and teasing and teasing until you feel like it. When Gargoyles came out, we knew almost the moment Elisa and Goliath met and befriended each other, we knew, and even Greg Weismer mentioned this, we all knew that eventually they were going to end up together. We just didn't know when. And when did they end up together? At the end of the original series run, which of course led us into the Goliath Chronicles, which aired on ABC Saturday mornings. And through the Goliath Chronicles, they continued the relationship. They didn't just forget about it and make it a one-time off deal to end the original series with. No, they basically continued it. They ran with it. When X-Men Evolution happened, for about a season or two, everybody knew you had to get Cyclops and Jean Grey together because that's how it was in the comics and that's how it should be in most of the medias. And guess what? Even though it took about to the second season or the end of the first season or whatever, it happened. It happened, okay? Basically the thing is, anytime you have a show, whether it's live action or animated, and you have sort of these two, and you have a male and a female interacting with each other a lot, in almost a, playful, sweetheart kind of deal, or a very playful, very personal relationship at times, then you have no choice but to make it official. You have to. Because that's what fans are expecting. And if you don't, you're basically slapping the fans in the face and saying, oh, yeah, we hinted at it and we teased it and all that, but we're not going to make it happen. We just wanted to tease you. Yeah, that's not going to work out with a lot of bronies, if you know what I mean, that are fans of this show. I would not want to be the creators of this show at the next Comic-Con, not the next Comic-Con, but at any convention they go to, whether it's a My Little Pony convention, a toy convention, San Diego, New York, wherever, SGC, wherever. I would not want to be these creators, and all of a sudden I have people showing up around me asking me, hey, why did you tease us? Why did you hint and tease us about Rarity and Spike, and yet now you didn't do it? Would you want to be those writers? Would you want to be those creators? No, I wouldn't. I would basically say because of this fan base giving us the support that they have given us, because of the support they gave us, because of this fan base, we're able to do this. We're able to make this happen. And that is why if I'm the creators, I'm the writers, I choose either this upcoming season or a future season down the line, and either it's a 1-episode deal, 2-episode deal, or heck, I finally just save it for a movie. And I'm not talking an Equestria Girl movie. I'm talking a straightforward My Little Pony Friendship and Magic movie. I make it happen in one of those kind of scenarios. I just officially make it happen. And to me, if I was writing this show, I would say to myself, okay, how can we make this official? How can we finally get these two together? Well, it's real simple. You have them, let's put it this way. You have them change species. Kind of do like a transformation, shapeshift kind of deal. You have Rarity, maybe for 1 episode, or the same episode, get turned into a dragon, and you have, like Spike, and you have Spike get turned into a pony like Rarity. So they so they can kind of understand where they're both coming from. Okay, you can have Spike turned into a pony, a handsome pony, male pony, if you will, that Rarity sees and can't believe until he starts speaking and talking that it's Spike right in front of her. And then when he changes back, let's say she gets maybe doused or accidentally drinks the same kind of stuff that allowed him to become a pony, she ends up becoming a dragon just like him. I mean, something like that could really work around and really make it happen. But it all depends on the writers and the creators, of course. But like I said, you have so many examples out there. So many examples. And I truly believe that if they don't make, Spike and Rarity an official couple for the fans, because I know the fans want it to happen. And again, this is coming from somebody that does not watch the show that often, if at all, that just follows it from what people talk about on the internet. If I'm the writers and I don't put Rarity and Spike together officially during the next few seasons, but I plan to do it, then I plan to do it in a bigger, more acceptable way. And I think the bigger acceptable way, besides just an episode or 2-part episode in the seasons, in the upcoming season or any of the future seasons, is to do it, like I've mentioned before, with a big theatrical full-length release. That's right. I mean, think about it. MLP FIM has got such a huge fan base that it only makes sense, has a huge following and all that it only makes sense that eventually they get a movie, a theatrical movie. And again, I'm not talking, an Equestria Girls movie or anything like that. I'm talking straightforward My Little Pony Friendship and Magic deal. On the big screen, not just for a one-time deal, but for a worldwide release. That's what I would do. And if I was to do that, and let's say I don't officially put Spike and Rarity together as a couple in the series, then I do it in the movie. That's how I would do it. And I think a lot of fans would agree with that. And again, this is coming from somebody that doesn't watch the show that much, if not at all, and just pays attention to it through the internet and what fans have to say about it. But that's just my take on it. I think, honestly, it needs to be done. You need to get Rarity and Spike officially as a couple, whether it's the next few seasons, the upcoming season, or if Hasbro's planning with Paramount to bring out a big budget animated film based on the show, then do it there. So that's all I'm going to say on it. You guys let me know what you think.